so that everybody know we're live on the Mellow Mood page and on the Creativa podcast series page. Fernando Cabral here, and I'm very happy to have back in Lisbon legends of reggae music, the twins. Yes,
Exaggerated.
the reggae twins, Jacopo and Lorenzo.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Great to have you guys back. So the last time you guys were in Portugal was 2019, Festival Medlolé. So since then, well, tell me a little bit what's been happening with Mellow Mood since then.
A lot of things. A lot of things. Well, one thing that happened to all of us was the pandemic. 2 years of segregation.
Yep.
And we released a new album. We are on tour right now.
That album was made during the pandemic, right?
So I feel like the first couple of songs, which then ended up in the album, were written probably maybe in 2018 or something. It was the song called Mr. Global and In My Town.
That one is even older. That one is like, I don't know.
But let's speak about the pandemic a little bit. Did you spend it in Italy, the two of you?
You know what? Yeah, so this is the funny story. We were in Jamaica between the end of February and the beginning of March to shoot the Mr. Global video with Kabaka Pyramid.
Okay.
We came back, so we were the last Italians to be let in Jamaica because that's when the pandemic hit, right? Globally. And so we went back to Italy on the 4th of March. On the 8th of March, everything was locked down.
So perfect timing.
Yeah.
But you could have been stuck in Jamaica. That would have been okay too.
Yeah, but and you know what? I remember people in Jamaica because they were. I don't remember exactly why, but obviously, like I guess the feeling was that like Europeans were bringing this virus in or something, and maybe it was because in Italy.
The white man is bringing the virus.
No, we already had a lot of cases or something, and I remember Jamaicans just like feeling like Italians are too huggy, kissy, and so when they we were there, when people would know oh, these guys are Italian, they would be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But we could have spent the lockdown in Jamaica, but nope.
You spent it in Italy.
Yeah.
And how was it for you? Because I know everybody went through, I mean, in my case, through a lot of changes, good changes, a lot of reflection and stuff. Was it the same for you guys during that time also? Did anything change with your sound, your inspiration or whatever with the COVID?
So, this is personal. I don't know. I remember at that time, I was really in a weird mood. I was not inspired at all.
Okay.
Despite some, can be, you don't have many things to do and you have more time. But for me, it didn't work that way. It was just at a certain point when he was more creative, let's say, more inspired at that time. So he started to write songs and so on. It took me long time to get inspiration, and then I started to write the songs. But at the beginning, I was really not into that at all. I forgot the specifics of the question.
No, it was during that time the changes happened with you, reflection about changes.
Oh yeah, for sure. So. I think there are, in general, there are 2 points of view to take a look at what happened. From one point of view, you can say, of course, that it was like a mess. They kept, especially I don't know about here, but in Italy they kept us at home for a long time for no reason, and it was like crazy things going on in Italy. Really crazy things. A lot of a lot of injustice and stuff like that. That's for sure. That's one point of view. From the other point of view, I think you can say that okay, maybe there's a reason why these things happen, and you have to get the best out of that. So, we basically it's like we lost the job for 3 years.
The same with me.
So it was a really hard to survive, and also you are stuck inside like one room basically, and you are with yourself. and the risk like to get crazy is very very real, but at the same time it was perfect, because otherwise you would never do that, you would never face your fears and look in, do this inner job that you have to do. If this thing would not happen, you would never do it.
And
so I think, sorry, just I want to, this is a stretch, but I think in reality that was positive.
I think so too. It was a good time to stop. I
Yeah.
think also everybody stopped and had the time to look at their life. Oh, how is this going? Do I want this like this to make the change, the necessary change? At least I speak for myself, because I was like working a lot for many, many years, and then suddenly I stopped, and it gave me time to reboot and to start everything. And so the process, you were saying, Elo, get more songs done. Then you started recording, writing the songs at that time.
He was starting before me. He was producing rhythms with Paolo, and so basically to half of the album song, I just put my verse, and then I started to write other songs.
But how does the rhythm works? Is like you guys build them, it's Paolo who build them, the bands build them. How does that work?
So that process changed for this one album. It's not permanent. I mean, but the way it's been working lately would be, especially for this album and the things we're doing now. During that time, I was pretty inspired, and I decided, let me try to actually work on all the music. It's something that actually I've been doing even in the very beginning. For me, it's like going back in time, because
Because you guys are guitar players.
yeah, I mean, we try to play the
Okay.
guitar, but like,
But
I remember in the very beginning, I was not even singing in Mellow Mood. I was playing the guitar, and then the first songs I had, songs of mine that ended up in a Mellow Mood album, wherein I had 3 songs, I think, in the album that's called Well Well Well. And I remember on those songs I was working also on the music, like on the instrumental, with another guy from Italy. He's not in the Mellow Mood team, but we were close, yeah. And so what I did was, during the lockdown, I would just come up with some bass lines, some basic ideas, some horns parts and keyboards and whatnot, and then I would call Paolo and tell him, send him everything, and he would build the rhythm, with the elements that I gave him. He has some amazing drum loops and recordings that come from God knows where. But
just for those who don't know, he's speaking about Paolo Baldini.
Yeah, sorry, Paolo Baldini, our producer. And so that was the process for this album. Most of the process was like this, I feel. And then obviously I would call my musicians and tell them, can you redo this and add your parts and so on. And that's how we've been working. Apart from that one tune, the Mr. Global tune, where, for example, Ja David from Zion I Kings, the bassist of Zion I Kings, he's also a producer. He put his bass line there.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like that. I would sneak to the studio, but the thing is, was not legal to leave the house. So we would, we had to come up with some. Most of the job was done.
Okay.
I was home. He was with me, and Paolo was at his place.
Okay. So just so the people know, this is Elo Lorenzo.
Yeah.
This is Jacobo. And so the Mellow Mood, you started like 2005, right? 2005.
Yeah, around. Yeah.
But you were all the band originally with Giulio and stuff. You were in high school together.
No. Okay. Well, like. In the real beginning, Giulio was not playing with us.
Okay.
He was playing guitar in another band, I think. But yeah, during high school.
During high school, okay. Mellow Mood, of course, comes from the Bob Marley song.
Yeah, sure.
So everything started with Bob Marley.
Everything, yeah.
And for me, it's the same. I just wanted to ask you, like, how did you get in touch with Bob Marley? How did it came into your life?
So I don't remember how old we were. I think
12, 13.
12, something like that. So our mother was singing "No Woman No Cry," and we said, what's that? And she said, "Oh, this is No Woman No Cry, Bob Marley." But we didn't have any Bob Marley music at home, so we asked her, buy something. So at that time, imagine we would receive at home this
it's a catalog
flyers, where you can order
Okay.
CDs.
Okay.
So they bought for us this Bob Marley compilation.
The legend.
No. That was, you know what? I don't remember. It was not. I don't think it was like an official compilation. It was
Okay.
like, you know, this. I don't know, something that you maybe can find also in the gas station, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. And then I don't know how. I think during the same period. I think we went to our grandparents' house, and there was a cassette of Chances Are album by released with Boa Records. Boa Records was a label from Bob Marley. He
Okay.
founded it, I think. And these Chances Are, and in these Chances Are, there was a particular version of the song Mellow Mood, which is not the version you can find easily. I think this version you can find it in a compilation. If you go to, I don't know, Bob Marley catalog music, there is a
But
compilation.
it's like the old one, the old version.
It's an old one, but it's different from the usual one you listen to. There are some solos, guitar solos and stuff. It's different. I don't know. I completely fall in love with that album. Chances Are for me is like the best album
Which
ever.
songs he had at it? Caution, Standalone,
No.
this type of song?
Chances Are, Mellow Mood, Heart in Inside, Reggae's on Broadway.
Okay.
Art in I just said Heart Inside. Sorry. The one. Oh fuck.
Turn Your Lights Down Low.
No. This old stuff, bro. But
Okay.
not too old because it's from the 70s, I think. This Gonna Get You. You know Gonna Get You? I'm
No.
gonna get you.
No.
Baby. You don't know this song?
I don't know this one.
Really?
Gonna Get You. I don't know it.
These songs, bro. And so from there, I remember that summer we were listening to this cassette and Saint Anger from Metallica. And at a certain point we said, you know what?
we have to choose.
Yeah.
And so after Bob Marley, we're like, I got into Bob Marley, everything Bob Marley. Or like I listened to all his albums. And then I got into Culture, Steel Pulse, and all the rest. Was it the same for you guys?
It was kind of so for the first years we had no idea there was such thing as reggae music in Jamaica and all of these culture, all of these artists. So,
Just to know, you guys come from Pordenone,
Yeah, Pordenone.
which is small Italian
yeah,
town.
but check this out. But the funny part is that 40 kilometers away we had Rotterdam Sunsplash. But we
Okay.
didn't know.
Okay.
We didn't know. We had the biggest reggae vehicle right there. You know what I'm saying? So for the first few years, we thought, okay, Bob Marley, that's the only thing, right? And then we had some friends who were in the small town we come from, which is not Pordenone, it's San Vito. It's like a smaller village. And I remember one gave us like a compilation. There was Sizzla was on it. Then I don't remember who else. And so we started realizing, okay, wait, this is a whole culture. This is a whole genre, a lot of artists. And then I think we were 14 or 15. Our father brought us to our first Sunsplash, and the first night we saw Abyssinians. That's the first reggae show we saw was Abyssinians.
Good one.
Yeah, a great way to kick it. Yeah. So and then it from there, I mean, we just started digging and studying.
And when did you start playing reggae music?
No, I feel like we started playing when we saw shortly after we discovered Bob Marley. He started writing songs that sounded kind of like Bob Marley early stuff, and we would perform. We started rehearsing, and I feel like the songs with some guys, and then the first show we did was,
I think 2004. I think.
Yeah.
So, bro, it's like 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was going to say.
But the thing is,
you're getting there. You're getting there.
We did a lot of small shows in the first years. We did before we released our first record. We did a lot of small shows.
But who was the original band? The original band playing.
You know what? I would say that it was, I would say that it was like me, him. A bass is called.
But at the time, it was just you singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bass is called Guzzo. He did just the first shows with us. Then Giulio came, but he wrote some of the lines from our first album. So I like to mention
Move, the first album.
Yeah. And our first drama, and
our
then
first
people
keyboardist.
and saxophone player, and people came and we were like with.
But
depending on the show.
Were you already looking at? We're gonna do this for the rest of our lives.
I tell you something. You know what? Inside of, I don't know why, but inside of me, I had no doubt of what I wanted. But
What
you know,
about
when
you,
you're
Hello? The same thing for you?
No. For me, no. I felt because by the age of 18, 19, I wanted. Then you know, after high school, I left and I went to Tuscany to study. And obviously, I didn't finish university, but I was studying anthropology. I thought I didn't really want to do the music thing. I wanted to become an anthropologist, I guess.
Okay.
Then I tried, and I was like, you know what? No, maybe I want to do music. So yeah. So no, it wasn't. My early relationship with music was terrible.
And you felt it.
I did. I think that the good thing is that I was really lucky as a person, because when you are, for example, I was 16 and I knew exactly what I wanted to do with no doubt. I mean, of course, I would keep, like open doors for everything. But I think you're very lucky when you're young and you know what you want from your life. So you have a dream, you have a mission.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was so into that, bro. I remember my chemistry teacher would not even evaluate me. She would write less Bob Marley, more chemistry. You know what? I remember for years, every morning we took the bus from our hometown to Pordenone to go to the school. It was like 35 minutes bus, to go and come back. And every day I would listen to Uprising album.
Okay.
And every hour in school, every day I was just dreaming Santa Barbara live, Bob Marley Santa Barbara. That was all my life. I didn't think about anything. I was like, once the Italian teacher catch me, I was with closed eyes playing the Hammond. And she said, what the fuck is going on, Jacopo?
But you remind me of me, because I was the same, man. Me, it was the Burning album.
Oh, okay.
The Burning album, and I remember to listen to it like every before every class. I was like on my side with listening to it. But how did you meet Paulo? How did Paulo come into it? Because he was already involved in the first album in Move, right?
Yeah. So Paulo was playing with a dub band called BR Stylers.
Okay.
And then he was
in your area?
In our area, yes.
Okay.
It's from the same town.
Okay.
Same city. And so he was at that time he was with a girl who was the singer of the band, and he was a singing teacher, and she knew Giulio, the bassist, because he used to go to the lessons. And I just remember I was 17. He came to one of our show, and he freaked out. He said, no, I have to do something with these guys. And we have to say, Paolo for us is like a musical father.
Mm-hmm.
Paolo changed completely the thing for us, because he really believed in us. And I see that there are many talented people and bands and artists out there, but they don't have a good producer. When you have a good producer, and Paolo is the most hardworking person we know. Mm-hmm. He's on the computer producing 24 hours every day since we know him, and it's like 15 years.
Okay.
Every day. And so it's really thanks to him if we are doing this, because he really believed in us so much.
But then the first album, Move, and that release, I mean, like Dancing in Babylon is on that album, right?
Yeah.
So that's still maybe your biggest hit till now?
That's yes. And maybe
but at
forever.
the time when the album came out, did it already blew up like this? How did it
No,
go?
so we recorded Move. It took us 1 year. We recorded this album in Paolo's kitchen.
In Paolo's kitchen.
Yes.
I was saying his studio, but his kitchen.
The studio was the kitchen.
Okay.
So it took to prepare the songs, we did 3 years of rehearsals.
Okay.
We were playing little shows and stuff, and then we recorded this
already
first.
With Antonio, Julio.
No. Antonio was not there. Antonio just came. Now maybe 7-10 years, but Antonio came for the 4th album, I think.
Okay.
No, for the fifth album.
Large.
For Large. So yeah, the 5th album. It was other people, but so Dancing in Babylon. It was, I don't know how, but it was the video on YouTube to go viral. But at that time we didn't realize, because we didn't have a YouTube channel, we didn't have a Facebook, and so this video is on another. It's the channel is called Fart Film Production.
Fart.
part film production.
You know that?
Yeah, so imagine our relationship with technology and social. So, which is still the same nowadays.
But I want to ask you, like when I listen to Dancing in Babylon, the words of the Rasta man and all this stuff. Was Rasta already in your life? Well, how is your thing with Rasta?
You know,
Because you
I would say
you mostly sing conscious music.
Yeah. So I will be very honest. You know, we were teenagers, and when you are a teenager, you get, you know, you idolize, and you have these idols and everything. So it was like that. I think that the Rasta culture inspired us for many reasons. I would not call myself a Rasta. I don't. But of course, we were fascinated and everything, you know. But one thing funny about that song, you know what, is that I remember that night, it took me one night to record the vocals for the song, because Paolo he made me sing the chorus over and over all night because I couldn't get one note right. And he wanted, but you see how we worked. Paolo, this is the great thing of Paolo. He was also a teacher. He said, no. You have to get this right. And it's like you are in the gym and you train.
Yeah.
You play martial arts.
The
You
more
have to
you
kick
train,
this.
the more you're gonna be.
You
you're
have
gonna
to
get
do it.
better.
So it was like a training for us. It was like, okay, 4 hours straight singing one thing. It was a nightmare, bro. And I'm so happy that the song got viral, because now during the show, I don't have to sing it anymore. People sing it. It's so great.
And so Move Moves was 2005.
No. Move came out was released in 2009 or 8.
No,
Okay.
2008.
8,
I think.
And then you started touring.
Well, that's because then in 2009 we won the European Reggae Contest.
Okay,
at Rotterdam.
it was the Rotterdam, yeah.
And that was the winner would get an international tour.
Okay.
So that was our first, real international tour in Europe. And that's when I would say that's where everything
but
started.
you played festivals, right?
Yeah.
No, but listen, it was not international. The festival were in Italy, I think.
All of them?
Because we won the Italian, not the European.
Okay.
We were like second or something.
But
Okay,
when did you start touring Europe?
Europe.
I think, but it was more or less those years. I feel no.
I don't know.
Because I remember I never heard about you. Then somebody told me about Mellow Mood around that time. I think 2009, 2010 and stuff.
Oh.
And I saw the Dancing in Babylon, which had already maybe like 10 million views, or I don't know. And I was like, how come I don't know about these guys? They are here like 10 million views and stuff.
Yeah. In many countries where even I remember, for example, in Latin America, people would see us in the street. Oh, you guys, they don't know the name of the band, but you guys are from the song Dancing in Babylon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did the Europe touring started?
I think around 2012.
Okay.
I would say, but I'm not sure. I don't remember honestly, like when exactly we first did the.
So now Mañana is your sixth album, sixth studio album.
Yeah.
So you recorded it at Paolo Baldini's studio also.
Not in the kitchen.
Not in
Yeah.
Yes, the studio.
The studio has evolved a little bit. There's a bathroom and a kitchen now.
Downstairs, yeah. Upstairs, that's where the studio is. No, there's only like, yeah. It was produced.
Okay.
There, recorded. It depends. Our musicians, they are pretty much independent, so they can record their parts at home.
Okay, but it was done with your musicians?
Yeah. With our musicians.
The album is really good. Like, I would like to, we were speaking before we started recording that I really like the Large album, really going to that like roots reggae, modern roots reggae stuff. So what was your idea after Large Mañana? You wanted to follow on that? What did the improvements you did on that?
I think it's like a natural process with Large. The previous albums were kind of all over the place in terms of genre. We were experimenting a lot, and so we were like, no, this time we're gonna do a reggae album. It has to be strictly reggae. There's one song that's not.
You get the Sierra Leone sample. Man, when I heard that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because I love that song from Sierra Leone.
We paid for that. It was pretty expensive, but it's. I think it was worth it because we still have that song on the live set. That was the only song that was not reggae.
Yeah.
And we honestly, we tried to have couple featurings, couple collaboration on the on the large album. It didn't work, and we were like, you know what? This is gonna be a reggae album, and it's gonna be just us, no featurings, no nothing. And then probably, this Mañana is a reaction to that. Probably, that was a reaction to the previous works, and this was like, no, this time we're gonna do collaborations. We're gonna try to do collaborations and whatnot. But in terms of the sound, so let me tell you something. In terms of the sound, I feel like, the sound is Paulo's sound. I mean, it's his hands there. So, and obviously, you do this a lot and you just get better. Everybody's getting better, We're getting better as musicians. He's getting better as a producer and whatnot. But I have a trauma from that large album. There's a song that could have been a hit, I think, but I just don't like the way it sounds.
Which
and I
one?
feel it's Miss Mary.
Yeah, okay.
And I feel like it's my fault because it was my song. And at one point, I was not happy with the arrangement, but I just gave up because it was, we were running short on time and I wanted the song to be on the album. So I was like, just leave it like that. I just don't, I just feel like it shouldn't sound like it. It should sound better than it does.
Does Miss Mary exist?
Yeah. So she's not a fictional character. She's a true character, but she's like a mix of several people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But it's a song. We still play that song on a live set, and now we rearranged it. But the thing is, if that was a trauma for me, because I was like, no, never. I'm never gonna be dissatisfied like this again. And so I personally started working on the rhythms, and I'm very satisfied with Mañana, the way it sounds and the arrangements and everything. I feel like every part is really.
Yeah, it's a solid album. So
it's
really
solid, yeah.
It's a really solid album.
Yeah.
I think you get to a good point. And when how did the collaborations come on the album? Because you have people from. I think also I look at it as you guys are really trying to go everywhere because you have featurings from America, from Jamaica, from Spain, you're going everywhere.
Well, but let me tell you something. I think like first of all, the feeling during the pandemic, and it's the same feeling now. It hasn't changed. It was like. We need to get together in terms of us reggae artists. We need to do things together. It's one of those moments where it's better if we all get together and collaborate. And I still feel the same. But it depends. Kabaka, for example, we knew him. We did one show together actually at Rotterdam long ago. He came and grabbed the mic with the dub files.
And you got him before the Grammy, man.
Yeah. Actually, we're trying to get him again for Paolo's Baldini new album. We are waiting. Let's see what happens. And but he's a great guy, and he was in touch with
great
Jacopo.
lyricist.
Yeah. And so that happened like that. And then apart from the rest of the people on the album are friends.
Yeah.
Apart from Conscience, we got Conscience via our label.
Did you meet him? Did you do? Oh no, it just recorded on
we
his
met
side.
him years ago at some festivals, but no.
Okay. But Million also, I was happy to see Million on that.
Definitely.
Million is a
Great
good guy. Also.
Yeah.
And Mr. Wilson, is Spanish.
Wilson, Spanish. Yeah, we've been friends. It's not the first song we have with him. We have several songs with him.
Why did you choose Mañana as the name of the album?
So we had this song. So on this album, I wanted it's something that we did already, but it happens more on this one to kind of mix English, patois, and Spanish. I like the way it sounds.
You did already a couple of songs in Spanish, no?
No, we did.
One song.
Yeah,
Two songs.
The first was like the Closed Doors song. We did it. We did a remix in half English, half Spanish because it was that song had had a big following, especially in Mexico. It just sounds good. And nowadays, if you think about it, those are the two languages for international music. It's either reggaeton or I don't know, bachata and American music or Afrobeats. So those two languages basically. But it just sounds good. And so we had this song called Starting Mañana. I just felt like Starting Mañana sounds good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good song also.
It's a good song. But then Starting Mañana was too long. We like to have titles that are,
short.
Move. Large.
Well.
But it's one word though. You repeat it 3 times, but it's one. Twins. You know what I'm saying? And so he said, let's just call it Mañana. And I think it's also nice the way it's written. You know, you can play a bit with it. And also it kind of, it means tomorrow. So it was really like the vibe. when we were writing the album, it was a hard time, honestly. It was the beginning of the lockdown was like, okay, if I gotta do this for 2 weeks, it's fine. Then when it started to be like 2 months, 3 months, it sucked. But I don't know, music really, personally, I'm sure it was the same for him. It really helped us through the lockdown. So
and there's a progression. There's a progression. You see, like when you listen to Large and when you listen to Mañana, there's definitely a production, a progression from you guys in terms of the production of everything. It's another level.
Definitely. And that was, I feel like the main point was, it has to sound better. Yeah. It has to be done better. And it's the same thing for the next one. It has to be better. You know what I'm saying?
And now, better. So, the better the 3 live shows now, they're going to be better. Let's speak about... Now you're back in Portugal. You just finished. You just came from a long way. You guys came by plane, but I know the other guys are fucked up.
Are still in the van since 4 in the morning.
Well, that's just because. Hey! It's not because we are assholes. It's just because we have to do this. It's a press day for me and him today.
I would have come with plane no matter what. I tell you. But that was my plan, actually.
So when did you leave Italy? It was like
yesterday.
No.
Now, what do you mean?
I mean, the beginning of the tour for this year. You started like end of January or beginning of February?
I think end of January, yeah.
So you went already to the eastern side part of
to
Europe?
The Balkans.
Yes.
And now you finished in Austria, was the last one?
The last one was in Austria, yes.
And how was the scene, the concerts there on I don't know about the scene about in the eastern country. Do they love reggae? How is it there?
You know, I think the thing is this. I think that nowadays it's quite the same everywhere, no matter what. This shows you're playing now, it's like small venues, like 200 people. This is the kind of the show, and I think it's quite the same situation everywhere. Maybe Sofia, Bulgaria was a little bit bigger, but I think it's quite the same everywhere.
And so what can we expect of the new show? You guys were telling me, you told me like 2 or 3 times, the show is better, so I'm waiting on it.
Bring diapers, bro. Bring diapers.
Yeah. No, so you guys know for Tokyo Faro.
Everybody bring diapers.
We are selling Mellow Mood diapers.
I don't know if I understood the joke. Why diapers?
Because they're gonna shit in their pants on the TV.
Go on the live. Let's see. It's okay. No, I want to see that. No, it's. I feel like the show reflects the album. It's very solid. Okay. I'm pretty happy about the show now. It sounds very solid. I'm happy with our new sound engineer. He's a beast. Hopefully, I mean, now we have to perform well. So
yeah, definitely.
You know, but it's definitely more solid than the previous shows. It can still get better, and it will get better. But yeah.
Okay. But we were speaking about. But I'd like you guys to speak about how is it to be a reggae artist nowadays.
Do you see the tears in our eyes?
Yeah. I don't see the tears in your eyes, but I just wanted you to speak a little bit about that, about the because today is we live in a very complicated world where like the music, I mean, from what we spoke about, music only talk about bad things mostly, and like so to promote conscious, uplifting music today is still there's not many people who still fight for it. So what's your feel on that?
So, for those who maybe some people don't know because they don't follow the scene and stuff, I think that reggae now is not doing well, especially in terms of numbers. You know, like there is not so many people who listen to this music anymore. Especially, I think the youths they don't. There is no generational change, how you call it. So the youths they don't listen to reggae music anymore. But at the same time, I don't want to make it like too big, but I think we are like the dogs barking, you know, in the music, because this is one, maybe like reggae is the only place in music where you still have to say certain things and stuff. So we are the dogs barking, hey, the earthquake is coming. And the rest is like partying. You know what I'm saying? I think this is how you feel nowadays, at least for me, because I don't take music just as sound and arrangements and stuff. Music is powerful, you know. So I feel like this. Of course, you know, even doing this tour, I think we in the band, we are all also our agents and everybody. We are all we all have to rearrange ourselves inside because the expectations are not fulfilled, and you know there are less people. But I think that this also is making us stronger in terms of, you know what, like we are just a few now, but we don't give up. We have, this is a mission now, and also I feel, you know what, I remember in 2018 we were touring with Large and doing big shows and festival and this and that. That was like the year where we played the most and biggest shows. But I've never been so happy to be on stage like on this tour. And this tour is like small. I told you, it's like.
But you get closer to the public.
No,
and stuff
it's just that not because of that. It's because I know how easy things can go away. First of all, because during the COVID, it was like, are we going to do this anymore or not? We don't know, you know.
For everybody, yeah.
So now I know that things can easily end.
I really respect for what you're doing and what you're saying, because I really admire that, because you could easily go into the okay, let's do now some boom boom songs or whatever. So it's good. I respect you a lot for keeping the message in the music, and but at this time now, I think that the world needs more than ever conscious music. That's what I think, and what I like to promote, because I really think, like you were saying, reggae music for me is the only music that is stand up for making things better. The other ones, most of them are not trying.
No, definitely. But this, I remember when it started, at least to me, my perception was, it was when we were releasing large album. I remember doing a lot of interviews. That was back when trap was becoming the main thing in Italy. I remember talking about it in every interview, because some of the journalists were even friends, you know. And I was like, dude, but I know what you wrote about that trap album, but it's like, don't you see, you know, everything's changing. Like, this is music for this is Instagram type of music, you know. It's music that has no real meaning and whatnot. And I remember talking a lot about this, and I was saying, you know, this is gonna change a lot of things. You might be excited now, but in 2 years, guys, listen. I did an experiment myself. It was 2 weeks ago, because I don't want to knock on, you know, contemporary music, because, you know, we have to appreciate the achievements we've made in terms of the musical industry. We can produce stuff that sounds amazing, sounds huge. It was impossible to do that before, and all that. And I'm not. My taste is probably more like, I'm nostalgic. I like music from the 70s, whatever.
Same.
But it's my taste. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's. I'm not knocking down people who like music from nowadays. I like it too. I did this experiment, guys. Try. So I did this. I listened to an hour of it was a bit of everything, like Afrobeats, modern Afrobeats and all that. I prefer, you know, the old school Afrobeats, but I listened to all of that. And of course, you know, it makes you want to dance, it's nice. But dude, after an hour and a half, it's like, and then I switched to something from the 70s. I don't whatever just play whatever. Just play whatever. It's impossible. I mean, if you're born yesterday, maybe you don't click. But if you aren't, if you are my age, it's impossible not to understand.
It's different.
It's something, because it's like an hour and a half of music that says nothing. It just says nothing, and then you just switch to whatever song from the 70s, and they're telling you a story. They're taking you to a place. It's just, I'm not talking about sounds right now. I'm talking about what the music carries, the heaviness of it, you know, the purpose of it. It's insane. It was like going from having like McDonald's to having the tastier mango you could ever get. It's insane. Yeah. But I understand, if you don't know that, if you don't know good food and you only know junk food, how will you ever know that there's something better? You know what I'm saying? And now I don't want to be disrespectful, but we know it's junk music.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the sounds and everything else. I'm talking about, it doesn't say anything other than shake your ass and I'm cool. Or there is also like the sort of conscious side of it, which is, but it's a trick. They talk about mental health, but in a very fucked up way. In a very fucked up way.
The depression way.
It's just it's so depressing. Like, oh, I've been like, it's not even Bukowski. Like, at least you know, he would, you know what I'm saying? Make something out of it. It's just, man,
Jacob.
no.
No, I mean, I think I was thinking that we shouldn't be surprised that reggae is not doing great, because if we consider that reggae is still spiritual music, because the problem is in every aspect of our life, like, because the demon of materialism sneaks everywhere. It's not this is, and it became culture. So the problem is that, and this is not just a problem in music, but in music and in entertainment you can see it very clearly. People seek the improvement and to be recognized and to be successful among men and among society. They don't seek to be recognized by God. So I remember Fela Kuti used to say, if God gives you the gift of music, you have to do
it very seriously.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I remember Fela.
So this is the problem. We always seek to be recognized among men, but we don't among people. We don't think about God. We don't think, hey, what the invisible world is thinking while I'm saying this.
Yeah, man.
And one day, now again, of course, it depends on your beliefs and etc. But I want to talk. One day you will pass and you will have to explain someone what you did, because and I believe that if we would be, now I'm taking this maybe too far, but if we would live keeping in our head that death is always there, then this gives you more responsibility, and to seek success among people, this is very, okay. I'm not saying that you can, but what happened then,
Yeah.
So all the money, all these things, you die and you take it with you? No. So what's wrong?
It's really good that you see that, and I'm happy that you guys
and I want to make clear, I want to say something, because I know that there must be some idiot online thinking, oh yeah, but you can talk because you have money, bro. I know what I'm talking about, and look, I'm very happy. I'm satisfied with myself. I could be, I could have more for sure, but I'm satisfied because, again, I don't seek things among people. Of course, I love people. My only aim with music is to make people feel better. That 1 hour, at the show, if we are able to make people feel better, to connect, that is complete, But other than that, I am very, I'm not interested in that kind of success.
It's the same like I'll give you, like, for me, for instance, I put my side. I promote conscious, uplifting music because that's what I love. I wouldn't see myself promoting slackness. That's something that it just doesn't feel right to me. Like we were speaking about Conscience. I did a party with Conscience last summer. It didn't work out, but me, I wasn't feeling good about it. I was seeing the videos and stuff, the way he promoted himself, and I was like, man, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. I feel good with providing people with that music, so I'm glad you feel it too. And now 3 shows in Portugal, so 3 nights of uplifting, good vibes with people. Maybe some shaking that ass, I'm not sure. There will be diapers involved. I think so. So for those who don't know, the Mellow Mood are playing tomorrow night in Lisboa, Tokyo, Friday night in Faro at Casa das Virtudes, and on Saturday night in Agda near Porto. So Porto, my Porto people, please come. We're not far away, like 40 minutes away. So that's you played already in the south, in Lolé. Mm-hmm. Guys, we had the best sardines ever.
Best.
Ever.
I wish we could shout out that place, but we don't remember the name, right?
But we gotta find it. I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
Dude, we found the place, like the Portuguese guys know. We paid, it was 10 euros.
10 euros.
Each.
And we ate like
like pigs. It was insane. But pigs that actually eat great food.
Yeah, we need to find that again. And Agda also is gonna be good. Also, Agda, you've never been in the north? Never played in the north?
Just once with
Porto,
Soja,
right?
We opened for Soja in Porto.
Okay, yeah. But that was the time still with Ben. That was
Yeah.
But so, and then you go, I know you have an American tour also after.
Yeah, we should go to America in from April to beginning of May, and then
Okay.
we do we do Latin America in this period, yes, too.
Okay, Latin America also is a big market for you. But did you play where? Colombia, Argentina? What did you went already all over the
We
place?
went in Mexico, Colombia, Argentina. We had to do Costa Rica, but couldn't.
Peru, maybe.
No, it was Guatemala
Guatemala, yeah.
and
You had
Chile.
you had a crazy story you told me about some cartel guys who didn't want you to leave the stage or
It's
something.
in Mexico.
Yeah, you told me.
That was in Monterrey.
That was in Monterrey. Yeah, it was like, it was strange.
They say play some more, play some more.
No,
No,
that
it was not. That guy actually is Oscar, our agent.
Ah, it was
No
Oscar.
narco. But the thing is that there are certain things going on there, and then we were supposed to play. Then we were not supposed to play. Then we were supposed to play 20 minutes, and then when we did the 20 minutes, we were supposed to play a full show.
Okay.
And they had problems with permissions from police and stuff. But it's always like that. So. It's you go there, you know what can happen, but you know what, this is like people make it worth it, like people are good.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to ask you, like, for, I don't know, just a message to the Portuguese people who don't know and who know you, just a little message from both of you guys.
come and see the shows, get to know us. So again, we said, so tomorrow.
Oh wait, today we have, if you guys are in Lisbon, let's say this
Okay,
also.
okay,
if you
yeah.
guys are in Lisbon, we are in Lisbon.
Yeah.
So bring us pastel de nata from Belém, pasteleria.
But it will be at what's
3 o'clock at Rastacare.
Rastacare for a meet and greet, and then I don't know, maybe somebody will wash our head. No, that's not gonna happen. But we can say hello to you guys, and then so we are tomorrow Lisboa, Tokyo,
Yeah.
right? Then after tomorrow,
Friday, Casa das Virtudes. Faro.
Faro, and then last but not least, Agda.
Centro das Artes. That's going to be a funny one because it's a seated venue. It's a cultural center.
Yeah,
you
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seated venue. So no shitting there.
No.
No,
You
you
gotta
can't
stand
sit
up
there.
if you have
Yeah.
to.
All right. So just come and let's have fun. Let's have a good time.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you very much, Lorenzo. Thank you very much,
Fernando.
Jacopo.
Obrigado, thank you.
Guys, check Mellow Mood. Obrigado Criativa para nos ter. Big up
Thank you
everybody.
very much.
See you in
See
the
you.
shows.